Welcome, folks. This is 3 at 3. I am John Najarian, and these are the trades that our crew has found interesting enough for us to follow and discuss with you. So the unusual activity that we're talking about is combinations sometimes of calls and puts. Other times it's just calls, which are bullish, or puts, which are bearish. And we're looking for where the institutional money is flowing. And then we follow that. We ride it like a wave. And much like surfers, we're just paddling alongside. Somebody else made the wave and we're just following. So with that said, let's take a look at some of the victories that we've had lately, which have been plentiful. Thank you. Marvell Technology, it was $35 stock. Take a look at it today. A $47 stock. That worked out pretty nicely. And the calls they were buying, well, you made a lot more being long the calls on something that made that nice move from the lower left to the upper right on the charts. Bang. Same thing with Palantir. This one was just the end of January. January 27th, we had Palantir calls being bought aggressively. And the stock at that time was $7.26. They're buying all the way out in August. So this is a long-term play. Ain't over yet. Well, today it was up to 1031. And so that's $3 higher. And the calls that they were buying have obviously worked out very well as well. But I will emphasize, I always try to buy the at the money call whenever possible, even in long-term situations like this. And for that reason, I have rolled up once and now twice. And I'm long the 10, the at the money calls. But that's after I was long the 7s and then the 9s and just kept going, which is great. All right, Alphabet. We talked about it earlier in the week. I talked about it on Charles Payne's show, Making Money with Charles Payne, on the Fox Business channel. And this particular one was the March 105 calls. I did not buy those, but as you see, the stock was $92 at that time. So I bought the 92.50 calls, the at the money call. That's worked out very well as the stock has rallied by, as you can see there, $5 from 92.37 to 97.68. And so our calls made us more than 100% on our money. And now we're selling at the money calls against the calls that we are long. Bang. Or this one just yesterday. This one, again, all part of that group that I showed on Charles Payne and Making Money with Charles Payne. Google, the stock yesterday was 95. Well, stock today, as you saw, went to 97.68. And as it did that, these calls, the 100 calls, let's say you were somebody that's not like me. You're not buying the at the money, but instead you're buying the one that we're talking about, the 100s. Well, they went from $1 to $1.70. In other words, you made about 65% on your money overnight. Does that sound interesting? Does that sound interesting? You bet it does. And we have these kinds of trades all the time. But that's not to say that every trade is a winner. Mark this. I want to tell you, not every trade is a winner. But if you're disciplined about cutting your losses, as you are disciplined about taking your profits, you will be in this game a long time. If you're not disciplined about cutting losses and taking profits, you will not have a long career. This is my 42nd year this September 2023 will be my 42nd year trading options. So whether you choose to believe that it's all been luck, or whether you choose to believe that maybe I have some insights and some disciplines that have worked time and time again, your choice. You can be you don't have to be a lover, and you can certainly be a hater, but we're going to bring you the best that we've got. And then it's up to you to be disciplined about taking profits and cutting losses. All right. That's what Pete and I are all about. We're both very disciplined people. And Pete right now is flying out. I think he might even be there already in San Diego for that San Diego conference that we talked about. Complete sold out. And Pete is out there for that conference. He and I will be at the Napa Valley conference in June. These are smaller, intimate events where the maximum at the June event is, I think, 25 people. So 2 days of live trading, all kinds of fun stuff. Anyway, that's what we have to look forward to. Or this is a one-day trade. I mentioned that already. This would be known as deep end of the pool. Why is that? Because take a look at the top of the screen there. That's the 16th of February today, and they're buying options that expire tomorrow. It's a one-day trade. They bought 10,000 of those February 128 calls for basically 34 cents up to 51 cents, which means $34 to $51 because every option is for 100 shares of stock. So what you need to know here, folks, is you have to be disciplined about taking profits quickly if this one pops. If Nike pops the upside, take some of those profits and do it quickly. Look at the others. Last week, the 9th, they were buying puts in Nike. Well, they were wrong. But look at the size, 3,400 versus 4,400 yesterday of the calls, and then 10,000 of the 128 calls today. 10,000, by the way, every option is again for 100 shares. That means this is a 1 million share bet that something good is going to happen for Nike between now and tomorrow. That's not a bet for everybody, but that's a bet that if you're somebody who understands discipline and taking profits on winners as well as cutting losses on losers, you want to be aware of that kind of trade. Pete and I are live every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday that the market is open. And you know what? The market is not open Monday because it's President's Day. So 4 days a week, usually, we are there for you, bringing you unusual option activity, bringing you our take on the 4 top business stories of the day and so forth. You can join us for free, streams on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and marketrebellion.com/edge. Bang. Next trade, Energy Transfer. I bet you can't figure out what these guys do, can you? Energy Transfer, 25,000, end of March, so more than a month into the future. End of March, 14 calls, stocks trading 13.22. They did just increase their dividend, folks. And this big a trade, 25,000, is the kind of thing I like to follow. That's 2.5 million share equivalent. Bang. That's the second of today's unusual activity. Third and final is AU. AU, stocks 18.50. They're buying the March 20 calls. That's $1.50 out of the money. I'm going to buy the at the money call instead. But March 20 calls, they're out there basically 4 weeks into the future. It's the third Friday in March. These will expire. 20 strike calls they're buying. I will buy the at the monies and sell upside as we rally. And if we don't, I will cut my losses and move on to the next trade, because that is what I'm talking about when I say you need to be disciplined. It's going to do it for us today, folks. Thank you for joining me. Check out marketrebellion.com for all of our great free webinars, as well as all the offerings that we have. You can go to marketrebellion.com/get started for more. Bang. I'm out of here. I'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy.